G'day, or should I say good evening, everyone? It's your host Skylar on the mic. Welcome to Deep Thinkers Corner, a series where you and I talk about all possible stuff you and I might think of as interesting. Of course, combined with nerdy stuff like manga, anime, music, and even poetry. So, in today's first episode, we're talking about soulmates. I want to talk a little bit about this topic because I find this topic is very interesting. Not going to lie, it is also a big inspiration for me to write stories. Because there are so many different interpretations and ways people actually step onto the topic actually. So yeah, this is why I'm here today with you guys. Also, stuff I used to look up or what I just read will be mentioned in the description box over on YouTube, because I'm going to put this episode also on YouTube for you guys to listen. So let's get straight into the topic though. So I was listening to the podcast of How Did I Get Here with Jay from Day 6 and Alexa. By the way, an amazing podcast by Dive Studios over on Spotify. Also, Dive Studios, they offer a variety of different podcasts with different topics, and I can suggest that from the bottom of my heart. Hashtag no ad, no sponsor. I'm just recommending that as a podcast lover, and I still have to catch up a lot, but now I'm going to take the time as well. So, but back to the topic. Just recently, today, I listened to the episode, or let's say snippets of the episode, where Jay was talking about soulmates. To be fairly honest, I once mentioned a very long time ago on my personal Instagram that I am not sure if I believe or if I don't believe in this concept of soulmates. And still to this day, I'm just a little bit I take it a lot with a grain of salt. I would love if this was actually a thing, or if it would be great if it's reality, but you don't know. You just don't know. And I don't blame anyone for not being like, yeah, we can scientifically prove that we have a soulmate, that this exists. Because honestly, if you could prove everything by science, it would be boring. Yeah. Sometimes I just like to think about things in a less rational way. Call me a hopeful romantic, okay? Do it if you want to. I don't mind that. So, but I'm talking here about soulmates, but what is a soulmate? Well, what I can take from Collin's Dictionary, a soulmate is someone with whom you share a close friendship and deep personal understanding. This is also what I agree on, but there's also a different one, what some people might say. It's like a person for whom one has a deep affinity, especially a lover, wife, husband, etc. Well, to be honest, this description overlaps a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, with what I also understand under a twin flame. But I'm not going to talk about twin flames today, because this is a different topic I might go deeper into in another episode. But so far, because people use twin flame and soulmates interchangeable, but those two things are not the same. But they are not the same thing. They are clearly not the same thing, and let's say it like this: a soulmate is just a fragment of soul both of you guys share. Alright? While a twin flame is like a real mirror to you. And you can see if something is a mirror. It can get a little bit complicated, but again, I'm not going deeper into the topic of twin flames today. Again, a twin flame is somebody you only meet once in your life. Really, just one time. It's a one-time baby. one time and never again. While different soulmates appear throughout your life, they guide you, they are a lesson, and some last actually for your life, be it as a friend or be it as a romantic significant other. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really have to be romantic. Most of the times, which is, personally speaking, I'm not sure if I encountered a soulmate or not. But let's say most of the times, it's more common that you meet them as a friend. You grow close to, but also you part ways. Because at some point, if you learned your lesson, you might just leave them. Unless you guys really can work out after the while of growth, and yeah. I mean, as long as you're still like close together, it might work. But anyways, I also read maybe a blog or article by Mary Claire, which I have read a while ago, a real long time ago. It was the bug last year, some day around, no, some month around in 2020, maybe to start of 2020. So yeah, when the pandemic was basically starting. I'm so sorry to bring that back. But let's say, well, I take that the person writing this part implies maybe something like, quote, according to research, the average woman finds her life partner at the age of 25, while for men, we are more likely to find their soulmate at 28, with half of people finding the one in their 20s, end of quote. Okay, let's not talk about that, it's just binary. We don't talk about that. I'm really sad about it. But let's say that the average person meets their soulmate between the age of 25 and 28. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm so sorry for yeah, it's just, I don't know what to think about it. Life partner is something I can't see that. I take this with a grain of salt, okay? I can't with my personal surroundings and upbringing. I can't imagine that there's really someone who sticks to you since maybe the end of your 20s till you die. I can't really see that. Because, I mean, we're living in a world where a lot of people still get married or don't get married, and they get through divorce, struggles of being at least a bilingual. So it is really weird for me. Yeah, I just think life partner or the one is very misleading and comes rather from what we consume in different types of media, which is not bad, but you know, it does not necessarily depict what is true, like what we see every day or what we hear about every day. I mean, I wish I would hear more about stories how people stick together since age of, let's say 26, okay, until maybe 96. With like those are, wait, let me do math spread quick. Those are 70 years. 70 years. A human lifespan is up to, let's say, 100, okay? This is 70 years. This is a long time. This is a long time for a human being. And I mean, you really need to work together. If this should stay together, like if you guys want to stay this long together, you have to work together on this relationship. I'm just saying. you have to communicate. Communication is the key. Being loyal is a key. Like, I don't know. I'm not someone who likes to cheat. I can't cheat for... No, I just could not imagine. Like, if I had someone I was loving, I would be together with, dating, or even, I could not, for sweet heavens iced tea, cheat on them. I could not do this. I really, no. So, coming back to things of soulmates, before I really get off topic here, if it really should last long, you need to work together and just have a lot of understanding, a lot of patience, and communication. And this is, I think, also where relationships just fail a lot of times as well, be it friendships or any romantic, attached relationships. I don't know. Just they crash, and sometimes really it doesn't matter what you do. You just you grow apart. You just can't work together. You can't stick together because it becomes a hindrance for each other, and it just causes so much more fights. And this is sometimes you just have to let go. You sometimes have to go away and just, I mean, maybe you might find a way back after you went through other struggles or lessons through your entire life, but it is also much more common that you don't find your way back to them, and this is good. Not every relationship, be it friendship or whatever, is meant to stay. Some are meant to just simply be let go of. So, this was a long rant, actually. I did not intend to rant, actually. I was just thinking about, hey, how about talking of soulmates? But as much as reality hits someone, soulmates is still a big thing in media, like be it in poetry, novels, or even films. Maybe I was a bit misleading at first. Like, I don't despise how the topic soulmates gets adapted, okay? I like this romance, I like friendships, but I try also to take it with a grain of salt. Always. I'm a hopeful romantic. I try to change this word, actually. But since something like this has not happened to me, I can't really say that I believe in it, okay? So, most of what I say is just my personal opinion. But coming back to films, there was one film which was really popular quite a few years ago, So, back to movies and films. The film I wanted to mention was, Your Name. It was really popular. At least, this is what I think. Some people might say Weathering With You is better than Your Name. I can't talk about it. I have not watched Weathering With You yet. I might watch it when I have the time. But about Your Name. For the ones of you who have no clue what it's about two teenagers, I would say, who live basically in two different parallel existing universes. Yes, so to say. And due to, call it fate or actually coincidence, where souls switch bodies from time to time, living as the other for the day, and they change back the next day, or at different days. It's been a while since I watched it. So, however, this is this has a bigger reason, and I don't want to spoil it too much for the people who have not watched it yet. Like why they change bodies, why they are connected to some degree, why this is actually so important. So, but I want to ask, especially the ones who have watched the movie like I did, do you think that the two protagonists, Taki and Mitsa, I hope I say it correctly, are soulmates? Do you think they are soulmates? Like, yeah. And do you have to everyone, do you have different examples which you could point out as, those two do share a part of each other's soul? Like, who you would also say, yeah, they are maybe soulmates. They are meant to be. So, to me personally, Taki and Mitsa are, like, have a potential to be soulmates, but I can't really indulge deeper into this because, like, I can't really, theorize more about this because I really don't have knowledge of analyzing films in such a critical way. I don't study in the films of, in the fields of films and stuff. I study literature. Anyways, yeah. So again, do you think, what is your opinion on soulmates? Do you think we have a significant other, or significant others, or just friends who share a piece of our souls? Or do you even think we actually have something like a twin flame? So with that, I wish you a good night, and I hope you stay safe and sound. And thanks for listening. Tune in episode 2 when I talk maybe about twin flame.